We are live.
Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to Queen Vi's Reality Talk. I'm your host, Queen Vi, alongside my co-host, Lord, I can't even talk, alongside my co-host, Mr. Hakim BornJust.
Hey, peace, Queen. It's good to be back. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I
How are
heard that.
you? Yes, I'm like, God, I can't even talk.
Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been
Me
a long
too.
time.
Okay.
But I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad to be back. Um, yeah, we want to jump straight into this thing, man. We have a special guest on the line.
Yes, I'm having technical difficulties. Bear with me. Okay. Yes, we do. We have a special guest that we're going to interview today. The CEO, Shanae Taylor, Miss Shanae Taylor, having some technical difficulties right now. Bear with me. Now, my live don't want to act right. Oh, God.
Miss Taylor, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Okay.
CEO of
How are
Perfect
you?
Loving Care.
I'm doing fine. How's everyone else?
Doing
Doing
good.
good. Good
Doing
to
good.
have you. Interested in talking to you about what you have going on and what you do for the community. No.
All
Always a
right.
good. So I love to have the entrepreneurs come on and talk about what they do. Um, and so you connect with everybody, and everybody can know how to find you and you know about your business. Okay, let's see. So while I'm waiting for everything to load, we're going to jump right into it. Um, just introduce yourself for the listeners.
My name is Shanae Taylor. I am one of the CEOs for a home care agency based out of Philadelphia called Perfect Love and Care Home Care Agency. Our office is on at 2 Bala Plaza, Bala Kenwood. Um, yeah. You can always reach us at 267-262-3500. Perfect Love and Care.
Okay, and we'll be repeating that again later, towards the end of the show and kind of throughout the show, so you guys could always know how to contact her. So, okay, I'm ready. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. And so the first, the first thing I would like for you to do, if you can share your personal story and what inspired you to start a home health care agency in Philly.
I was actually a caregiver myself when I was presented with the idea by my husband to start a home care agency. We were at home and I kept getting phone calls from clients. And my husband stated, why don't you just start your own home care agency? I was a little nervous at first, but I called up my mom and was like, you mind being my partner? And she was like, okay. So from there, Perfect Love and Care was born. That's how we initially started.
That's what's
Okay,
up.
well, that's right. So shout out to your husband for putting that battery in your back, because that means he saw something
Yes,
in you and like, come on, let's
yes.
do it.
Yeah. And that's how it's supposed to go. We're supposed to inspire each other and, motivate each other to do great things.
Yeah,
Right,
he's always been the one that's for self, do everything, for yourself. If it's something that you're good at, make a business out of it. So
right.
All right. So the next question is, how did your upbringing and family influence your decision to pursue a career in healthcare?
well, my mom was a CNA. I watched her my whole life getting ready to go to work to take care of others. I also helped take care of my grandmother at a young age, which basically help point me in the direction of healthcare. I'm also the older sister out of 10. I have two older brothers, so with my mom working all the times, when she would step out, me being a big sister, I would have to help to step in. So I guess my whole life I've kind of been, a caretaker.
Nice.
Okay. So, what motivates you to become an entrepreneur, and what drives your passion for home health care?
What motivates me is, of course, my family, my children, my siblings, nieces, nephews, husband, mom, pretty much family, but most of all, um, my clients. I've been on the working side of healthcare. I've seen, what was missing, and I wanted to make a difference by providing something different. And Perfect Loving Care helps me add what I feel as though is missing and what I feel as though is needed. We're not finished, but we're going to continue to add, and we're definitely going to get to where I'm looking to take us.
Okay.
So, what motivated you to become an entrepreneur? And what drives your passion? Wait, did we just ask that question?
No, just
Yes.
ask it.
Oh, I tell you, this is what happens when you're a producer. You get screwed up. Okay, what unique challenges have you faced as a Black woman entrepreneur in the healthcare industry, and how have you overcome them?
One of just one of my difficult challenges that I faced while being an entrepreneur is my in 2021. I had a lot on my plate. My mom was sick with COVID. Um, I have three kids. I was in school for to get my LPN. I was overcome with craziness, and so to overcome a lot of that craziness, I just pretty much leaned on family, friends, my husband, and a lot of tears, pushing me through, telling me not to give up. And I knew that I had an obligation to, my clients, because a lot of those clients that I spoke about in the beginning that were calling me actually became a lot of my first clients for Perfect Loving Care. And I know that a lot of them were counting on me. Even though I was going through a lot, I still had to fulfill my promise to them and still be there. So, I cried at night, and in the morning, I had to get back to grinding.
Boots on the ground. And I love that you have a support system as well. That's very important. Um,
Yeah.
okay. So, how do you approach hiring and training caregivers to ensure they provide high quality care to your clients?
So for hiring, you can find us on Indeed or apply at perfectlovingcare.com. We follow all state hiring requirements. I'm sorry, I have hiccups. We follow all state hiring requirements. So background checks. Also, we have a great management team that makes sure that when our new employees come on, they know exactly what is expected of them. They let us know if they have any concerns, and we also make sure that they know that if they need anything, that we're definitely there 24/7. Also, if there's, like I said, anything that the caregiver need while at the client's house, our management team has no problem with meeting, our caregivers at the client's house to show them how certain tasks are done. Um, so it's not just myself that go out the way at Perfect Love and Care. My team members also do go out their way.
Hmm.
That's good. Those are the things we need all bit like businesses to do, especially in the healthcare industry. It has to be a team effort, and everybody has to be on point. You know.
Yeah.
Um, okay, what strategies have you implemented to differentiate your agency from competitors in the Philadelphia market?
Um, I feel like with myself, I have a bit of a advantage. I've been in the healthcare field for over 13 years. I've worked in hospitals and nursing homes. As I said, I've seen what's been, what was missing, and I feel like I've seen what was needed. Taking work and personal experiences to make sure, clients get what they need so that they know that we're here to take care of them. And, listening is, like I said, always key.
Exactly.
Okay.
Very true.
Yeah. So, with many agencies closing, how do you navigate the financial aspects of running a home healthcare agency? And what advice would you give to other entrepreneurs?
I will let other entrepreneurs know, especially in this business, save personal money, save business funds. Don't um, don't get when once those checks start hitting your account, don't get big headed and go off course or go off track. Get a plan, stick to your plan, budget yourself. Um, and also pace yourself. Nothing hurts your pockets more than moving too fast. And never compare what you have to someone else. Stay focused and always, I can't stress this enough, but always have a plan B, because I feel as though the next issue is always right around the corner. So you have your plan B, you ready.
Hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
so
You there, Hakim?
um, yeah, I'm sorry, I got knocked off for a second. You do me a favor, go ahead, Queen. I got some technical issues I got to fix back here. You go with the next one.
Okay. Yes. So, what sets your agency apart from others in Philadelphia, and how do you tailor your services to meet the specific needs for your community?
So listen to your clients, listen to the caregivers. I know I've said that I've done this myself, being a caregiver. But just because I've done it, it doesn't mean that the same issues that were occurring while I was in the field are still happening today. And I'm not saying that they're not, but the key is to listen and always be open to taking advice. You can never go wrong. Like I said, always take advice and listen and apply it accordingly.
Okay.
Okay. Now, how do you stay connected to the community and ensure that your agency is responsive to its needs?
Um, as I said in my previous answer, you have to listen to the people. Never be too busy to call your people. Also, pay attention to what's going on in your field of business. Sometimes the answer is right in front of you. Again, listen to people. People will tell you what they want and what they need, and pay attention to your surroundings. What's going on social media is the thing now. So pay attention what's going on social media, what's going on at churches, wherever your target audience is. Just pay attention to what they're talking about. Like I said, listening goes a long, long way in this business.
Yes,
Yes,
indeed.
it
That,
does.
that can either make or break a business. You
Yes.
Mm.
know, information travels faster on the internet
Hmm.
these days.
Oh, okay. So, what type of home healthcare services does your agency offer, and how do you determine which services to provide?
We provide a non medical home care agency. We determine your care by our intake coordinator who comes out, and they will evaluate the client of their abilities of what they can and cannot do. We do a complete assessment and incorporate that into the care. Um, Once we have, what you can and cannot do, um, there's a form that we fill out. So when your caregiver comes out to you, it's not nothing should really be a surprise to them.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's an important part. There should be no surprises at all.
Mm,
Um, all right. Now, how do you ensure that your clients receive comprehensive patient-centered care?
so um I don't mean to sound repetitive, but like I said, listening. Um even for when there are issues and when there aren't issues, the number one rule in this business is compassion is key. And when you call in the office and you're talking to a team member, we're listening to every detail that the client is telling us or caregiver is telling us. Whenever the client has a issue, um, we do our best to fix that issue. We also have something called a probation period, whereas though if you call it, if a client is new or if they have an issue, we'll put you on our probation period. Pretty much, we'll just check up on you for at least 2 weeks. You need to go 2 weeks without any issues, without any complaints before we say, okay, you're ready to settle into the perfect loving care. We're constantly checking caregivers to make sure that they're okay, and to seeing how how are things going with them. But that probation area that we provide for our clients is very crucial, and it definitely goes a long way. We've been able to solve many issues with that. We've been able to settle a lot of difficult clients or clients that are more roused up, and now they're humble as pie, and they're happy just by us doing our probation period with them.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. So my next question to you is, as a successful Black woman, uh, that's a business owner, what advice would you give to other women who are just starting their entrepreneur journey?
One advice that I would give comes from actually my baby sister, one of my baby sister's songs, Denise. Hard times, they don't last too long, and that is very true. Hard times, they don't last too long. This business will be this business will become your baby, and you get to watch it grow into something spectacular. But before you can watch it grow and be brilliant, you have to start with baby steps, because, as I said, it's a baby. So it all depends on what type of mother you will be. Keep your head down, block out the noise, and remember, you got this. As long as you remember that, you will thrive.
I love it. Mm, mm,
All right. Um, Queen, do me a favor. Can you do the next one?
okay.
Still putting out a fire back here.
I'm sorry. How do you approach leadership and mentorship within an organization, and what values do you prioritize?
I have no problem with mentorship, because I remember when I started out, how hard it was for me and how hard it was to get help. So I'm like an open book. Reach out to me and ask me any question. I'm always happy to help. I found out I had to learn from Google, YouTube University, and whatever else I could get, some information from. So, like I said, I'm an open book, and I'm always here. If there's any questions, all I ask is, just don't waste time, don't waste my time, don't waste your time, because it's the only thing that you can't get back. And be sure in
I
what
hear
you
that.
want.
Ugh. Mm, mm,
All right,
mm.
Queen, go to the next one for me. I'm still fighting with one of our distribution spots.
Okay. So, what leadership qualities do you think are essential for success in the home healthcare industry?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Okay. Um, what leadership qualities do you think are essential for success in the home healthcare industry?
I think dedication, compassion, and that word listening again. Um, in this industry, I feel like in order to run a successful, healthcare business, well, any business, but a healthcare business, you have to be willing to listen to your team, be able to take constructive criticism, be understanding, and willing to apply. Um, the way others feels or the others comments to your future, the business future. um I've had to learn how to become humble and understand that just because you are the owner, CEO, it doesn't mean you throw your weight around. So just pretty much listening, being understanding, and taking advice from others.
Awesome.
Mm, all right.
Especially that taking advice from others part, that is essential for all business owners, whether you did it for a year or 15 years. You don't know everything, and it's always something new.
Right,
Um,
because some people, it's like when they get to a certain point, it's those people that they feel as though you can't tell me anything, or I know everything. I know I don't know everything. I don't care how long I've been doing it. I don't care what I know. I'm pretty sure it's something that you know that I didn't know. So I'm always open for advice. Or if I'm doing something wrong, I make sure my team doesn't feel like I'm afraid to say anything to her. I can't correct her. Let me know. Tell me. I won't know unless you tell me.
awesome.
All
Sign of a
right.
good leader right there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Okay, so what do you think are the most pressing healthcare issues facing the Black community in Philadelphia? And how does your agency address these issues?
I think that one of the issues that we have is that there's a lot of people out there that doesn't have anyone to advocate for them. They don't have. There's a lot of elderly who are on that does get home care services that have no family, and it's just them. How we combat when we come across clients like that, we make sure that you understand that with perfect love and care, you become our family. So we are going to, call up to the state. We're going to fight for you. If you need something, we're calling an insurance company. You know, we make sure that our clients know, like, we're literally just one call away. And I think they all know that, because the amount of calls that we get from our clients just to, talk to team members and things, they definitely know that. So the way we combat that is becoming, you don't have a family, we'll become your family.
Nice. Family, family, family. Key word here, folks. Queen?
Oh, I had
I
it
thought
had
I
it on
lost
mute. No, I hit
you.
mute on a mistake. I'm sitting here running my mouth. Because I'm a firm believer. People, you got to realize, you want to make sure you have your family with an agency that has this level of thinking, because you're leaving your loved ones with them. You want to make sure they're getting the right care that they're supposed to get. All their needs is being met. Your questions are being answered, and somebody that really care and is compassionate about what they're doing. It's not just a check for them. This is what they
Hmm.
do. This is what they live, what they breathe. The amount of experience. Because that's I mean that's your family. We can't
Hmm.
always um be there in a physical sense to take care of our families, because we still have things we have to do. We have to work, or go to school, or whatever you have to do in your life. So you want to make sure you have the right agency, like Perfect Love and Care, to come and provide those things. You know, Goodness. Okay.
Preach,
So,
sister, preach.
I feel it, because everybody know I'm big. Mental health, the elderly, our
Hmm.
children. I'm also big on those things. And I think, we always talk about you should have the right people in those fields, because it takes a
Hmm.
level of compassion, care, patience, and dedication to be in those fields,
Hmm.
because it's all different type of challenges. When you have a loved one that needs care, and they're used to doing everything for themselves, and life happens,
Hmm.
and they get up there
Yep.
in age, and they need the right people there, because
Yep.
they don't want to feel a certain way. They already may feel like a burden sometimes because they're used to doing everything and now need help. They need those people to let them know I'm here,
Yep.
and we in this together. You family,
And another
So
thing to add on to, if you don't mind, to add on what you were saying, another
yeah.
issue that, we come across a lot in this industry is, the caregivers dragging clients to agency, and those agencies, a lot of agencies out here, those clients are just another number. They don't take the time out to find out, why this client is so frustrated, why they're, doing a big pushback, or why they don't want aides coming in. They're not going to take the time to do that. And a lot of times when these caregivers take these clients to these agencies for the bonus or the high pay raise, they end up, a lot of times they don't wind up staying. So now you bring this caregiver, this client here, and you're no longer their caregiver. So now they're with the agency that just throwing whoever at them, and that's not fair and that's not right. And I feel like what people fail to realize and understand is, one day we're going to be in that position, and I'm a strong believer in karma. You don't want that to be you. So take
Hmm.
pride in who you take what agency you take grandma to. Make sure that agency, if I can't come and take care of grandma, is this agency going to care enough to, send a good person, or feel like, take the time to learn my grandmother to make sure she's well taken care of. And, people don't do that. And like I said, you have to be in that position one day. We're going to be old one day, and it's going to, the agency, what kind of agency would you want to be with? So,
Yep, I completely agree.
Okay. So I know you touched the base on this a little bit, but how do you advocate for your clients and their families, particularly those who may be marginalized or underserved?
like I said, we do go above and beyond. We have management team that some have been in the healthcare field, so they don't mind coming out talking to our clients, sitting on the phone. Sometimes the clients just want someone to listen, and they'll call in and they'll talk to team members. I can't tell you how many times I've sat on the phone calling up to an insurance company to get a client a wheelchair, or to get a brand new bed because the old mechanical bed is broken. And so it's pretty much, just taking time out to be a listening ear, or just advocating for them, especially if they don't have anyone.
Mm.
Nice. That is super important to be that advocate for these people who may not have a niece, nephew, or any kids, anything like that. For you guys to step up and go that extra mile, that helps. 'Cause again, like the Queen said, we gotta look after our elderly and our sick and our tired and our weary. We gotta step up, and it seems like Perfect Loving Care is definitely doing that.
She wasn't lying when she said over and beyond because you know it's a lot of agencies out here that is just trying to do the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
They just want to book the people. Sometimes I'll be in the store. I'll be like, how did she become a caregiver, or how this like
Mm-hmm.
She got a
client walking
pulse.
or right client walking slow and aid is all in front and they try to play catch up and I'm helping the client because they need to reach something higher up and I'm just like excuse me, your client is back
Mm-hmm.
here, you know um like you was talking about making sure they have what they need, making them extra phone calls when they might need
Mm-hmm.
a wheelchair or some type of aid because you want them to be comfortable. You want them to have all the things they need to be comfortable. And sometimes they don't have the people to care to do that, or sometimes they don't have, you know, sometimes they want to give people to run around. Somebody got to come in like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, get it together. Um, Oh, good. I got to do it for my uncle now. He's going through his medical issues and stuff, and his insurance has sent out like a social worker or something through his insurance. I guess get paid through his insurance, and she had visited him in the hospital and gave him a list of things that she was going to do. He was excited because he's already, so independent. You can't, Uncle Eddie, he don't need nobody for nothing. But now he going through
Hmm.
his medical issues, and he don't want to be a burden. And I called, introduced myself to the lady. Um, she told me some of the things that she was going to do, and she came out one time and I took over. So everything comes for his, if he didn't have me and the rest of the family to make sure he had appointments and his prescriptions and transportation and stuff like that, he'd be falling by the wayside because I haven't heard from that lady yet. She
Mhm.
haven't delivered on anything, and everybody doesn't have that and they need that. So that's where, listen,
Yeah.
perfect
Right.
love and
Even with
care.
our even with our clients that we don't hear from, because they have no issues, we do 3 months checkup. So, even if you're not one of the clients that, we've grown since we started, of course. So we do have more clients, but those 3 months checkups are essential because that's how we find out, what's going on with our clients that are quiet, that are humble, that, don't want to ask for too much. We're going to pop up because we just need to know how you're doing. We got to hear your voice. We got to see your face. You okay?
Mhm.
So,
I
I
love
get it.
that. I love that. Um, okay, so what role do you think home healthcare agencies can play in addressing some of the health disparities in the underserved communities, like the Black community?
um, I think some of the roles that the healthcare, home care agencies can play is, if you feel as though you come across the issue, a lot of times in this industry you'll probably come across it again. So start talking to your state rep, start trying to advocate for your clients. Just because it happened to one client, don't think that it won't happen again. Because in the healthcare field, yes, sometimes rare things happen, but a lot of times things just pretty much repeat themselves. So advocate for your clients. Talk to the state rep. Be careful on who you vote for, and make sure that when you vote, they have your clients in mind. And if not, try to put a buzz in your ear. Hey, I'm noticing that I'm getting clients that are having hard times getting wheelchairs, and the insurance that they have, is it something that you guys can put in, or is it something that you guys can put out to help us combat these issues? I hate seeing that the elderly always seems to need help, and I just feel like it's not much people can. It don't seem like it's much help for them. Like, yeah, there are programs, but it's like those programs have a cap of what they'll do, and certain things they need. Oh, it doesn't fall in. So, like I said, try to advocate for your clients, and if it's not offered, then see what you can do to make sure that it is offered.
Mm, I agree. Mm,
Yeah, seriously. There's a
yeah.
lot going on with our elderly, and you know, everything from worried about the slip and falls to the head
Hmm.
injuries. We got dementia, we got diabetes, everything all the way down to reminding them to take their blood pressure meds on time.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
there's a lot of folks out there that don't have family, and what ends up happening is agencies, the caregiver becomes like family. You're helping this person eat every day. You're washing them up. You're doing all the different things to make sure they have the best quality of life as possible. So I hope everybody's listening because you never know who may need this service.
Hmm.
Right.
Um, and it's not just the elderly. It could be you were in a motorcycle accident, or you were, or some kind of ailment hit you at a young age. Get the services you need. You contact Perfect Love and Care.
Right. And
Yeah.
and sometimes they just need a body there with them. They get
Hmm.
lonely. They need somebody to talk to. You know, um, Y'all better do right by the elderly now. They
Hmm.
lived their life. They they
Well,
provided. They provided for everybody else. They took care of their kids, their grandkids. Now it's your turn to reciprocate
Yeah.
and make sure they get the care that they need.
Yep.
You know.
yeah.
I
Mm,
agree.
okay. And so, how do you prioritize your own personal growth and development as a business owner, and what self care practices do you engage in?
Um, I definitely prioritize with family, and my perfect loving care team is always helping me, like I said, calm down, especially when my mind is racing. Having a team I can trust and trust in me is, I'm beyond grateful for that. I'm also always open to ideas, and I'm never too above, as I stated before, to listen to anyone. Um, I always encourage my team to, if they see something, let me know. Um, almost like I said, on most days I'm getting reports so that I can stay updated on what's going on. Um, I I don't know what else to say. My team and my family, and just listening.
There's that word again, family. I love it.
Because it's so
Right.
important. It's so important. You miss so much because you don't want to listen. And it took me a long time to learn that, but you miss so much by not listening.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right. So,
What does success looks like for you?
mhm,
Success to me is when I'm able to provide a service and not worry about, if we have enough funding or where it's going to come from. And most importantly, when Perfect Love and Care becomes a household name known for, its generosity and compassion. Success to me is building bridges that help grow communities and future generations.
nice. And those are good, man. These are great measurable goals. And we talk Black business and business in general on the show for since 2017.
Mm,
Setting those goals that clearly identify what success means to you as a leader is super important. Because we have a lot of business owners who are just moving around and they can't answer that question.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can back them into a wall, they'll eventually say, "Hey, I just want to be able to make payroll Friday," and that's scary. You know what I mean? So what
Mm-hmm.
happens is folks are in the grind. They're working. They're busting their butt, but they can't identify what does a win look like. What is my goals? You know what I mean? And how am I going to get to them? Because once I get to them, then I'm running a successful business. And I
mm.
think this is something that all entrepreneurs should be thinking about. What does success look like?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, becoming a household name. You think of
Yeah.
care, you think of Perfect Love and Care.
Yep. 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 So finally, what are your long-term goals for your agency, and how do you envision if continuing to make a positive impact in the Philadelphia community?
Well, my long term goals for Perfect Love and Care includes bringing companies as well as families together. It is important for me that Perfect Love and Care always be known for, giving back to its community, and to be known for that, to be known for that is a blessing and an honor, especially in the city of Philadelphia where we come from. So we're not, like I said before, we're not all the way finished developing this agency, this business, but our future goals will definitely um, bring companies and families together, and hopefully it'll make our city much safer, and hopefully make, hopefully my city proud of me, or the agency for starting it. So
Okay.
I
Well,
love that.
I feel like you are to a great start. With the the morals, the way you think, the service in general that you provide, the fact that you go over and beyond. Um, a lot, like we said, a lot of agencies don't do that. Shame on y'all. And I also like the fact that you said that you just don't want to bring, families together, but other agencies and stuff as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean, I see you teaching others one day on how to build their agency or how to do what they're supposed to do as a, a caregiver for people.
Mm-hmm.
Because you got the blueprint now.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually think that, to be honest, I think that, whether it's a loved one or if this, what they do and they went to school for home health care or got some type of training, I think that they should have some type of level of training to be able to like hear the things that you talked about today, to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that they are really in this for the right reasons and this is what they want to do. Because
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing something that you love,
Yep.
you know, it's not a job, and the way you move and the way you think shows in your work.
Yep. Yep. You at that point you don't even have to, well, you should, but you don't even have to promote as much because your compassion, your dedication, it shines through, and people, word of mouth is the best promotion. And for people to love you and to promote you without you even asking or anything like that, just because they love what you do and they feel what you do and they see you, that's a blessing. It's
Well,
always a blessing.
let's give her some flowers real quick. Miss Taylor is an amazing young entrepreneur that comes from a good, strong family that I've worked for and with for about a decade now, in one form or another. Um, I can I can attest personally how good of a person she is and her family, and of course her mother. We've had her sister on the show multiple times, Denise,
Mm-hmm.
um, um, and they're just good people, and they're doing. They, they took a skill and a talent and a trade that they were doing out in the field, and said, "Let's do it on our own terms and help the people who need it the most." And they're not
Hmm.
money grubbing bloodsuckers that we hear on Power 99 every day.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
And that's important. And they're out here to look after people, and they're out here to make sure that people get quality service. And I've seen it with my own two eyes, and I'm a part of it. And if you need help, if you need someone to look after grandmom, mommy, auntie, that uncle with two teeth and a crooked toe, if you, you just call up Perfect Loving Care, and he'll come talk to you and tell you what you need to do to get that service that you need.
That perfect
Um,
loving care.
yeah, that perfect loving care. Your mom's in the comments. We provide the perfect loving care.
Can I give a shout out to my team members? Um,
Absolutely.
to my office team, and of course my mother. Thank you, and my family and friends and everyone that tuned in to support me today. Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Okay.
No doubt. Well, we're happy to have had you on, and thank you to the Queen for allowing us on your platform. Um, this is going to be one of many visits. We hope you come back and talk more about business and stuff like that because that's kind of our wheelhouse around here.
Hmm.
So, but
Yeah. Well, you know me, I'm all about entrepreneurship, especially my people doing what they're supposed to do and doing it the correct way. I mean, I was excited to hear what's going on with the show because to do this show because I wanted to hear the answers. We've been doing this show since 2017. I done interviewed a lot of people, and I know when somebody is genuine and their answers are in textbook. I know when they really feel it, when they live it, they breathe it.
Hmm.
You know, um, so I mean, she got the Queen Y stamp of approval. We
Well,
definitely will be
thank you.
promoting here on the show.
Hmm.
Um, and it's not just talk. She's showing and proving, y'all. So I encourage. One more question: who do you like? What particular areas do you service? And is it an insurance thing?
I'm sorry, what was the last part? Is it a what?
Like medical insurance. Like, what do you guys accept for?
Yes. So we service Bucks County, Delaware, Chester, Montgomery, and Philadelphia. And we accept Keystone, UPMC, and PA Health and Wellness. We are a
Okay.
non medical home care agency. You can reach us at 267-262-3500 or visit us online at perfectlovingcare.com or look us up on social media.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, make sure y'all reach out. I wanted to make sure y'all have that information because you have the medical insurance, they have the needs, and Perfect Love and Care provides the services. So those three things all gonna work together now. Make sure y'all is putting y'all loved ones somewhere where they're gonna be cared for. Because I'm telling y'all know I'm gonna call y'all out if I hear y'all got grandma, mama, daddy, auntie, uncle, brother, sister, cousin somewhere where they ain't supposed to be at, and y'all done heard it first here on the show where they supposed to be at. I'm gonna call y'all out now. Don't be putting them anywhere now.
Thank you.
Well, we thank you again so much, and we'll be speaking to you again soon.
Alrighty,
Yes,
much
we will.
appreciated. Thank you.
Right. Have a great night.
Thanks
Bye.
for coming.
You too. No problem.
Okay. Good night. And so that concludes our show
Hold on,
tonight.
hold on, hold
Until
on, hold
next
on, hold on,
episode.
hold on.
Oh,
Let's hold on now. Just
oh,
hold
we
on,
not
just
finished?
wait. We not just a
Oh.
little bit. Let's say something to the people. I think we you have what you got the spaghetti on the stove? What you
No, I'm here. Yeah, you guys got me. You guys, I'm here. I'm here.
nah, let's just we've been going since I believe October. So we real quick, we're not going to keep everybody a little too long. This is our first show of the year. We are officially back. We did things a little different. We usually when we take our breaks and come back, it's us. But this was important to me, and I want to thank you. Miss Shanae Taylor is very important to me. Her family is important to me. Um, and I wanted to start the year off on the right foot. Um, and Yeah, so I want to get that out the way. But yeah, we're back. Um,
Okay.
the reports of my death have been greatly exaggerated. I ain't dead yet, so we're back. And in fact, we'll be back Thursday. We'll be back. Our Q&As are going to be back. Musical guests are going to be back. Black business owners are going to be back. So yeah, we're going to get back to having fun, and we have an orange dildo in the White House that we have to kick the buzz out of. So, um, so I'm sorry. I just wanted to get that off. And hey, I made it through the whole show, and I ain't say one curse word. I'm proud of myself.
Congratulations. See, we need the little applaud buttons and stuff because
I'm working on it.
that's that's uh, that's a first.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow. And see, and now we definitely have to thank Miss Shanae Taylor because
yep,
she made it happen.
yep. Now when I get off this, I'll be cussing up a storm. But
But I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that our first show back, we were able to interview Miss Shanae Taylor with and talk about her business and her amazing team and what they do and bring to the community. Um, yeah, it's going to be some Q&As, some reactions. If you guys have questions, make sure y'all send them questions in. Y'all never fail to disappoint. I mean, y'all never disappoint us. I mean, y'all never fail us with the questions. Whew, y'all keep me on my toes. Y'all know that. The support, the patience. We thank y'all and we love y'all for it. And we're
Mhm.
gonna be doing some reaction videos too. Now, those are the shows I don't know if we're gonna not be able to curse at.
Oh,
Reaction.
I guarantee.
Yeah.
Cause some of y'all,
Yeah.
boy, let me tell you something. Some of y'all, I got something for a lot of y'all. Y'all had 5 months to do all your stupid stuff. So, cooning, buffooning, ratchetness, stupidity, ignorance, racism, all of y'all catching it. 2025, I'm putting boots to cheeks on
Okay.
this here microphone. So, get ready.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
oh, we got a
So
couple
we're
comments here.
okay.
I'm sorry. All right, Lachey King, welcome back, y'all. Thanks, Shay. Appreciate you.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Terrell Carroll says, I like what she's saying. How old is she? She is young and wise. Good brother. Young and wise. Miss Tina Lloyd, as I stated, we provide the perfect love and care. And Jojo Reds, you gotta have the right folks to take care of your folks. And these are the right folks, Jojo. I guarantee.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm so sorry, Queen, for interrupting. I had
No,
to.
so we're gonna make sure that we post the information on our pages. I also will be sharing it on my personal page as well, so we can make sure we get it out. Feel free to share, reach out, and get the information to sit and
Yeah,
have a conversation. You know.
yeah. And if you want to hear this interview, if you're just tapping in or you missed some things, Facebook will only allow. This has been aired live on Facebook on the Queen Vi Reality Talk page and the Queen Vi Business page. Facebook only allows live shows on for 30 days now.
Mm,
It's like, what the hell?
right.
But you can catch this on the Queen Vi's Reality Talk YouTube page. So go subscribe. We got more stuff coming in. And of course, follow us on the Queen Vi's Reality Talk Instagram and Threads. I believe we have a Threads account now. So,
Okay.
yep,
Okay.
stay tuned. Stay tuned. More coming.
Yes. Okay. And if you want to be a guest, make sure you reach out to the show because we will be having more guests. Maybe some panels. We got some stuff in store for you guys.
Definitely
Um,
panels.
yes,
Definitely.
I'm excited. I love when people can all come together and talk what they know. Um,
And,
but
okay, all right, can't comment. We will get on camera soon. Calm down.
yeah,
I got three
yes,
messages. When are y'all gonna get on camera?
yes, we are.
It's coming. It's coming.
Listen, and
It's
one thing
coming.
y'all gonna know about me is my mouth gonna say it because if my mouth don't say it, my face will.
Yeah. So stay tuned. It's coming. We got all kinds of goodies coming. So,
Yes.
all right, Queen. My old man bones is creaking. So,
Okay. Um, hmm. So that concludes our show for tonight. Thanks everybody for tuning in. So next time, good night, everybody.
peace, y'all.